Roger here from Ask Car Experts YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on spindle drives. In this video I'm going to show you how to replace both spindle drives on your BMW X3 G01. Spindle drives are what automatically raise and lower the hatch on certain BMWs. This is a G01, and on this car we have a fault for one of these spindle drives. Let's take a quick peek at this fault. So here's our HKL, which is rear lid lift. That's the acronym for the module. And let's see, okay. And we wanted to read the code. So the code I'm getting is 801709, permanent for the rear lid lift motor, left open circuit. Now, I've already activated the motor with this Autel, and it does raise and lower when I tell it to. When I cleared the code, this fault came back as a permanent. This could be wiring the module or the lift driver mechanism. When you have a weird issue with your lift gate, the best thing to do is to check the module. The module is going to be located right next to the battery over here on the left hand side in the hatch. I have seen water get into this module, so it's a good idea to take a peek at the connector and the module just to make sure that there's nothing going on with the module itself. And here's the module right here, located right in this cavity to the left of the battery. It does just lift out, so you want to check the connections. Pull the module out. And here's the module. 6135 739 4649. It's always a good idea to unplug it with the key off. It just has a press tab. You can unplug the module, and we want to just take a look for any kind of corrosion. You can smell it, see if it smells burnt, see if there's any signs of water. If everything looks good, then it probably is not the module. This actually is a new module because the other one did get water in it, and I've already programmed this. This module does require programming when replacement. I know it's not the module because this is a new one. Now normally these only fail if they get wet. It's not a common thing to fail. Normally the spindle drives are the failure. Now there is some disassembly required to get to the wiring for the spindle drive. We do have to take the C pillar off, we have to take this piece off, we have to take the D pillar off, and I don't think we might not have to touch this bottom panel, because if I pull this off, the wiring harness is actually tucked up right here. This is the harness right here. You can see it's got a clip on it. So this actually is my spindle drive harness that goes down to the module on the driver's side. And on the other side, if you take this panel off and you peek in here, you can see this one also is right here. See, it's got a little holder, and that is the spindle drive connector for the other side. Now this is the body side harness. You could have an issue with the body side harness, but if you don't see any signs of rodents, and you can see this just goes down this way to the module, it would be less likely. You could ohm these out just to be sure. Just as a quick side note, the blue connector is for the passenger side, and the black connector is going to be for the driver's side. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and plug in this spindle drive on the side that has the open circuit and see if the fault clears. That would be a nice, quick, easy way to prove that this issue is internal in the spindle drive. So I'm just going to come up in here, pop that off. This is my body side. Always check for corrosion. Plug in the new spindle drive. I'm not going to activate it because I don't want anything to happen to the spindle drive. I just want to see if the fault clears. Alright, I'm back into the HKL module here, and you can see I actually have some new codes because I unplugged it and it saw that I unplugged it. So let's go ahead and delete these codes. Hit OK. Read the codes again. Make sure that no codes are setting. Now that's a good sign, but I always like to cycle the key off, cycle it back on, do that a couple times so that the system can detect if there's a problem. Then we're going to hit OK. We're going to read codes again, and no codes, so I feel fairly confident that that spindle drive is going to fix this problem. disassembly time. All right, make sure your negative cable is disconnected before you work on any airbag system. But I'm not doing that. With a 90-degree pick, you have to take off the cover that says airbag right here. So just get underneath it and whoa, and pop that off. Under that is a Torx. T20 is my guess. I guessed right. Dropping everything. I've got a nice little tray here to put my screws. All right, this C-pillar should come off now. Just pull it towards you a bit, and then it pulls up and out. There we go. All right, just got to get a little bit rougher with it. And if you look at this, the only thing holding this on is that one screw. Now with the C-pillar out, we can take this piece off. This is going to should lift up and out like so. All right, so pull right there. That freed that up, and you can take this off. There is a slot right here, so if you want it out of your way, you can remove it or just slide it down, but easier to move it out of the way. This is also how you get to your seatbelt reel. Now we want to take this piece off here, but don't just pull it, you'll break something. You have to take this off here. This just also is just clipped on. All right, clips on the top. The larger area goes towards the bottom. The two clips go towards the top. And then in here is a hole, and you have to use a screwdriver, and you have to find the press tab. You have to push downward to release that. A lot of times these are already broken, so let's take a look. Yeah, the press tab's not even there. So somebody's been in here, but right here would be a press tab that gets pressed down through that hole to pop this off. Most of the time they stay anyways. So we're just gonna let that float right there because that's all we need. All right, so the next step is to remove this panel right here. You have a screw right here in this holder. See, this has this piece, it goes down and in. When you're reinstalling, but for now, we're gonna leave that out. Then you have some push tabs. You have one down here in this corner, so you're gonna want to use a pry tool. This is just a plastic rivet. There's one here as well. All right, this is the catch for the seat. This is how you'd replace that. So we want this to be pulled away because we have a hidden screw right here because we want to get the C-pillar off. One more plastic rivet here. And one more T20 here. That now enables you, if you wanted to remove this entire panel. Let's see what's back here. We have a ground, we have an aerial antenna. This is for recognizing the key if it's back here and to help with the whole aerial system. This is the amplifier with the most bus. This has fiber optic, so this is gonna have two fiber optic cables in it right there. This is the TCU right here. So there's a lot of stuff, and this is actually a junction right here for the most bus, and we have a ground. If you ever left a ground loose, that can cause a lot of weird problems. That opens up this entire corner. We're gonna do that on the other side as well to replace the other one. To get the C-pillar out, there's a T25 hidden right down in this well right here. That's a long screw with fine threads. You don't want to mix these screws up. At this point, there's clips holding the D-pillar trim on. I'm going to just pull the seal back because I want it out of my way anyways, because I have to lower the headliner. All right, that just pulls out. Then I can get in here and start popping these clips free, just with some pressure this way. Just one more. There we go. Look at that. There's leaves in here. Weird. So we have a light. So I'm going to unplug the light and get this panel out of the way. This is how you'd access your speaker here as well. All right, now we got to get the other side off as well. Ouch. So flat rate wise, you only have to take this apart here to get to that screw to get this off. You don't really have to take all this off, but it was kind of cool to show you what was behind the other panel on that side, because there's a lot going on over there. All right, there is a clip here, so you just have to pull that back. Pull the seal off a little bit more. And unplug the light. Now I have this seal down here. I want to release the headliner. There's a clip under here that I want to get without breaking the plastic on the top. So get in there with the tool and pop that down. See that clip right there? That's the one you want to get. You don't want to break this. If you do, you can re-glue it down, but that's what holds this headliner up. See some signs of water and some stuff up there. All right, so we need this to be able to push down because we have to get back here, because this is where the harness is routed. It goes up into this cavity right here and to the spindle drive. All right, so here's my harness. I'm gonna take these tabs right out of these holders here. And then there's one more up under here. And now where it goes through the body, I'm just going to pull that grommet out and feed my harness out. Same thing, opposite side. It's good to replace these as a set and not just one. Even though I had a fault for one, usually it means the other one's on its way out. Hold my finger out at the same time. All right, now we're ready for the spindle drives. Now you're gonna wanna have help for the next step, but let me show you how these come off. Just with a pick, there's a lock right here. This will slide outward, and that would be in the unlocked position. You could actually take the whole lock out if you wanted to, but that technically is unlocked. You can see right there that's raised up. Carefully take the clip off the top one too, just with a pick. I'm gonna take it off, whoa, all the way off. All right, with the help of an extra person who's holding that, we now have to pop these off. That spindle drive is now removed, and install the new one. Harness side down. and they just push in and lock right in. One and one. And same thing on the other side. Make sure you have somebody else supporting this. But I've already taken the clips off, so it makes taking these off pretty easy. And it goes relatively quick. You only need the help of somebody for just a minute or two at the most. And done. Not too bad, huh? So now we just have to feed our harness back through the opening and under the headliner. This goes way faster. We have our grommet, a little bit of glass cleaner on the grommet. It makes it a lot easier to pop it in and make sure that it's fully seated into the body. Right, give it a tug to make sure that you got it, because you don't want water getting into the vehicle. There we go. This is what the grommet should look like, all the way up against the body on both sides. And we have our harness ready on both sides to now install into those holders. So we do have one under here, remember, right there. And then we have our 1, 2, 3. Here's our connector. And then it goes into the holder. All right, other side. So one holder up under the headliner. And then we got 2 by the speakers. And then our blue to blue plug here. And then into the holder, like so. All right, now I'm not fully together, but moment of truth, was I right? Was my diagnostic correct? Let's find out. Now, if that open circuit fault is now gone, this should work. Whoa, here we go. All right, and I'm gonna go back up. Oh, I'm going down all the way. And then releasing. There we go. We got it. All right, pretty sweet. Now it's reassembly time. Let's do our headliner first. Just one thunk. Let's put our seal on. So you want to just gently put it into position first. And then you can tap it down. You always want to make sure too, you see here, you want to pull the lip back and tuck that headliner back in. So it doesn't look good if it's sticking out like that. And the gasket will prevent it from sitting up there, and the gasket actually kind of helps it stay in place. Well, if you want to join me for the reassembly, I'm going to do that now. But if you've got everything you need, I just want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Ask Car Experts YouTube channel. A lot more to come in the future. Positive comments are always welcome, and thank you to all my subscribers. All right, C-pillar trim is the next piece we have to put on. I'm just going to pull this back and get that into place. Pull the seal back like so. Alright, and that's all clipped in. We got the core screw to put in. Remember, you have the clip down here, just a push clip. We have one screw. That's a 20. Right here. Alright, I'm just going to throw this panel on because we're done with that section. We have this black plastic piece, which realistically you don't need to take off. But we have the push rivet, the plastic push rivet right here. We have this cover. Remember, this piece goes towards the bottom. So usually hook the bottom one first. It might be easier. Fold it up and pop the bottom in. Okay, so there's a hook right here on the side. That has to get hooked there. That has to get hooked there. There we go. Okay. Push that in there for this panel. Just like that. There we go. And then back. That might actually be a lot easier. So I'm pretty sure you can put this on after. I don't know why they made you take that apart first. Let's see, maybe unless it... No, you absolutely can do it that way. That's way easier. I don't know why the instructions tell you to do it the other way. Alright, now just your airbag plug. And then our last screw, where did this go? It went into the little holder right here. Don't forget to plug the light in. Plugged it in on the other side already. I remember I kind of caught it with the perimeter seal here, which helped line it all up. Just give it a tap. We had that coarse screw for up top there. Now the C-pillar is easier to put on without that piece on, which we found out. This screw right here, airbag cover. We have this panel to install right here. If you took it out, actually you don't have to, but repair instructions said you did. So I thought you had to get to that hidden screw. You do not need to. And now you know. Alright, that looks good. Let's get this piece on. Push clip. Push clip down here, remember? Okay, this piece right here. Remember we found was easier to hook on the top first. With both those catches, and then bend it upwards, hook the bottom like that. This piece, which just seatbelt slides over. So just a couple more things to hit here. We got a screw here. And a push rivet here. I feel like my neighbor mows every time I'm trying to make a video. So let's check it out. Nice. All right, everyone, we're good to go. Both spindle drives replaced. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to Ask Our Experts YouTube channel.